So I'm reconsidering how I'm going to proceed on this channel and the mythology. I like to go through several iterations of an idea before writing it down, and I'm wondering what I should do. I won't say the mythology is dead, just that I might focus on other projects. And I would like to continue the channel, it's just I'd like to experiment with what videos I do. So far, I've just made language showcases, something I don't know if I'm doing right on any level. And while they're done, I don't know if I'd like to do a similar format for other topics. So I'm going to do something a little different today and see how it works. So religion. Yeah, I'm going to say this now. I'm a Christian, Baptist specifically. So this might not be as unique as some religions in some stories. Still, I think it's fine if a writer does make more unique religions which are not trying to reflect truth. It's just that I'd like to highlight this truth in my writing. I mean, if you're irreligious or just your view of writing is different, it can be a lot of fun to write like that. Having different deities over different realms can show how you view those things or how the society views them. Ares and Athena were gods of war, but they were very different. Ares was all about bloodshed and violence, while Athena brought strategy to the table. Still different is Freya, who was not only associated with war, but also love, beauty, fertility, and other things. But only having one God shows there is one path, one life, one Lord, one Father. So I write the Christian God into my stories, but how do I decide what's important and what's not? Well, it's simple. Even if creation is different, the Creator would not be, nor would our need. You see, the way I would put it is that God made us for a purpose, to love Him and each other, and to be loved by Him and by each other. But what is love? Love is more than an emotion. It is action. It is putting someone else's needs before your own. It is wanting what is best for a person. And who would know better what is good for us than our Creator? Remember, the most important commandments were love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. And yet we have rejected our purpose. We do not love God and put Him first. We do not want what is best for others. If someone has committed a crime, it is only just that the punishment suits the crime, to take back what was taken so that it's clear to everyone it did not profit this person at all. God is the same. By rejecting our purpose, we reject the one who gave us this purpose, and so when death comes, He will put us aside. The wages of sin, that which we've earned by sinning and rejecting our Creator, is death. But there is hope. God didn't just make us so we could love Him, but so He could love us. And He does. He came down in human flesh, forsaking so much so He could be with us. He showed us what a perfect human looks like. He gave us a role model, something to strive for, even if we won't reach it in this lifetime. And then He took our wages for Himself. One who had not earned death received death for our sakes. And to show how horrible the death waiting for us is, He died by torture on the cross after having been flogged and humiliated. But it didn't take. He rose from the dead to show us that yes, He was who He said He was, and that He had succeeded. When our bodies die, we will not stay dead. We will not be put aside. We will instead go to a world made right, where we can live with God and fulfill our wonderful purpose, to love and be loved. So how does a person attain this? Just by putting your trust in God, deciding to love Him and trust in Him and His promises. The promise of a life after death, which will be so much more, so much better than this. It will be the life we were meant to live. Deciding to be obedient to God and trusting His understanding rather than your own. After all, God created time. If you made something, you are not part of it. So too, God is not part of time. He is outside of time looking in, and is all wise and all knowing because of this. So it is only right we should trust in His understanding rather than our own. You wouldn't pick an historian or a news station based solely on they say what I want to hear. No, you would pick it because you believe they speak the objective truth. So too, God speaks objective truth, and He has put it in His Word, the Bible. The Bible is the only way to find God's truth, which despite everything has not changed. We are broken. We need God to fix us, so He offers it to us. I'll admit, I don't understand the Holy Spirit very well, so I'm not going to get into that. But it's important too. The Trinity is important, and a literal understanding of the Bible is important. Otherwise, it's not Christianity. As for church structure, I honestly think this is less important for fictional work. In my own works, I'll do some variation on this. For one, priests are trained for the job in monasteries, whose job it is to train priests. Priests are professional, and when they are not attending to the church meetings, they are aiding the community in whatever way they are capable. Priests are servants. They are not to be served except to aid them in their service. As for the larger church structure, I'm flexible, but recently I've been interested in the Presbyterian model. They have church councils who report to other councils and so on. Two are better than one, that's biblical, so a group should be able to make sure they're all doing what they should. They're all accountable to each other and can strengthen each other. I don't know if the council should be made up entirely of priests or have some laymen. Recently, there have been some denominational meetings which have included both clergy and laity, and I cringe because I can't help but think the laymen in question probably aren't strong theologians, just activists who identify with the denomination. But hey, this is different. The laymen for the church council are probably picked for their piety, not solely on their desire to be on the council. Yeah, I'm Baptist who are Congregationalists, but I have to wonder if that really is the best model. I'm not going to become Presbyterian myself, of course, since I don't agree with predestination or infant baptism. But I wouldn't object if a Baptist church used this model. Then again, I don't know all the ins and outs of Presbyterian church structure. This is just interesting to me at the moment. So yeah, those are my thoughts on religion in my works. Pretty much, I go for the essentials. I don't know if a cross specifically was necessary, but what was done on the cross was. If you have anything to say, any corrections, please leave it in the comments. And please leave your thoughts about what I should do regarding the channel. It'll help.